Today was an eventful day. So I went to two concerts. One was free and the other one I paid for. So for the one I paid for, it was a rapper. He's affiliated with the group, the firm that was Foxy Brown Nas. He had a successful career before being with the firm. He's a very good rapper. That's why I wanted to see him. So I paid $45 plus $100 for the meet and greet. While at the meet and greet, I decided to go towards the end because I knew I wanted to interview him because I'm an interviewer. That's what I do. And I feel like when you're in that limelight and you have an event, usually press will come and you may have people that want to take a statement from you. So the rapper AZ had entourage with him. Mind you, you need a wristband for the meet and greet. There were like 6 other people that came, didn't have a wristband. I let them go in front of me because, again, I knew I was going to interview and I didn't want to be rude. But I let them go because I was like, it's not my event. I don't care. I'm thinking I'm getting my interview. By the time I came up there, I don't even think he was his publicist, but it was a guy with a big belly and was like, "Oh, you're back again." And I'm like, "You seen me take pictures for two females that asked me. One of them was my friend and another one I did not know. But she was under an impression that it would be a selfie. So one of the men wasn't going to be able to take the picture. But now I know moving forward, I won't be taking any pictures for anybody in the line. So I come up to AZ and quick question, because as I'm waiting, he's like, I'm only doing 2 more pictures and that's it. And I'm looking like, how? The people that already went in front of me didn't have no wristband. And then he had relatives and family coming in. But then I give him this stare. So then he's like, okay, come. But he was respectful and polite. But you could tell because he performed for an hour and 21 minutes, he's probably tired. And he had a performance the day before that sold out. Kudos to you. So then I'm asking him a question, and one of his entourage, Bear Belly, I would call him, is like, we're not doing any interviews, huh? If you're doing a meet and greet, usually meet and greets will state what you're doing. So usually meet and greets entail pictures, a quick chat, signing, poster boards, CDs, and whatnot. That's what it entails. Some people's meet and greets would be like, they don't do signatures, fine. Some meet and greets are selfies. And then you have some meet and greets, there's no photos. You're talking, a quick chat, and you about your business. That's why they call greet. See, this is the issue I have with American culture. When you're greeting somebody, you're going to speak and say hi. Meet, greet. That's why I wanted to do my interview with him, because I would be talking with him, engaging. This is why there's some people that do not last long in the industry or kind of go by the wayside, because I understand publicists, assistants, they have a job to do. Security. Security is to protect. Publicists, they speak on the behalf of the celebs. And then you have an assistant, they make your appointments. They let fans know if you're taking selfies or not, or let them know that fans are waiting for you outside of a venue. For you to open your mouth and say, you again, I spent $175 to see him. Best to believe you're under obligation to speak and meet me. You should not be rude. And clearly you should not say you only taking 2 pictures. You're only taking 2 more selfies. In this economy, me paying $175, I shouldn't have done. And the sad part is I waited last minute to get my tickets, and I was kind of conflicted about going to see him because I didn't know what type of person he was. So I watched a couple of his interviews, and he seemed, AZ I'm talking about, seemed laid back. So that's why I paid. But moving forward, I won't be doing that. So now I'm going to be very picky on who I interview and whatnot. And usually I don't have this issue with the females, but sometimes the men, especially those rappers, when they have that large entourage, for some odd reason, they stick their nose up and they just think because they're this glamorous, and you are, like I said, he's been in business for 30 years. So you want to be cocky and your entourage want to be cocky too, and then you did 2 shows, one of them sold out, so that's a blessing. But here is the thing. What people fail to realize is there's a reason why you did a meet and greet to begin with. Because if your tickets start at $45 and above, you wasn't making that much sales anyway, because that venue, City Winery, that venue is not very big. I think the most it holds is maybe 100 seats. So times that by 45. So the reason why you did meet and greet is because you knew that would pull in more money. Hello, Chris Brown's meet and greets were $1,000. So, and even with Chris Brown, he made sure he did all types of poses. He had his fans sit on his laps. He was behind the girls. They had they like legs on them, and he's feeling up on their hips. He made sure they got their money's worth. Personally, I'm not paying $1,000, but his fans left impressed. So I'm not sure why some of these celebs, and keep in mind, I'm not obligated to spend $175. He's not obligated to sign autographs or take selfies. But here's the thing. Be mindful when you're doing these events, fans don't have to spend any type of money, because again, the economy is not looking too bright. And I had to put money aside to see you. And then on top of that, I spent $45 on a t-shirt. I spent $200. And your entourage is going to be rude? I don't think so. Hey. So this is a message to people that want to go to concert and support these lovely celebs. Be mindful of who you're supporting, because a lot of them, when you meet them, are very rude. And sometimes they could be humble and whatnot, but that entourage, they're very rude. And it would be in your best interest to just watch these people from home in the comfort of your couch and not spend any money. So that's my experience. For those that want to continue seeing Beyonce and etc., that's you. Me, I would not be spending any more money on a concert, because that experience was not very good for me. So I will be interviewing when they come out and do it that way. But me going in the venue was for an experience. And also, I don't like doing interviews outside. I like to do it inside. So that's why. But it looks like I have to go back doing that, because it looks like when they're leaving, they're in a good mood to speak to you. But then when you're inside the venue, after you spent this money, oh, I'm too tired, I don't want to do it. Huh? Well, I guess I'm too tired to be spending my money. So feel free to comment and whatnot, but that's my experience. Again, I have no beef with AZ and whatnot, but please check your entourage, because the people that you associate with you, and if your fan had or fans had a bad experience, yeah, that's not going to look too good for you in the future. So that's my advice, because at the end of the day, you need us. We don't really need you, because we're spending money to support you. So you need us. So it'd be in your best interest to be humble. But again, who am I?